This is the most dangerous scam on Roblox. This is like the Jack the Ripper of the 21st century, except he's no longer ripping people. He's ripping people off their Robux. This is the boogeyman in the closet that all your parents and teachers warned you about, except he's not even in the closet anymore. He's just out straight up murdering people. This is 100% real, and that's what's so terrifying about it. I was actually first made aware about this through Flamingo, who gave me a cool little scoop a couple of days ago. He has a recent video on it from 5 hours ago, probably more now after you're seeing this. So go check it out if you want the cool scoop, but don't leave yet. Come on, I need the viewers. I mean, he's got like 8.88 million subscribers. And he was the first one to confirm to me that this is in fact real. This isn't just another Roblox myth that people will make Brookhaven RP videos about using the fire in the house feature. This is real and it's coming for you right now. So it all started over here with a YouTuber called Lost Motions and a video titled, "This is how I got scammed out of 200,000 Robux. Don't join Roblox games." And you'd be thinking to yourself, that's a bit silly, you fool. Just don't give out your username and password in Roblox games or online websites and you're done. Well, usually, yes. This is why this is so dangerous. This is an entirely different circumstance. Just stay tuned. Basically, for the first 2 minutes of the video, he goes on to talk about how he met this like guy in game who wanted to hop in a Discord call with them, which is already like spurring red flags out of nowhere. Like some guy just joins the game, is like, yo, I'm going to chat to you on Discord. Yeah, give me your voice chat details and everything. I want to hear your voice. And you're just like, okay, sure. And then he asks you to join a very specific game, and then the game looks like this. You know something sketchy's going on when it's got that default thumbnail, and especially when it's called awesome minigames. Anything with like an adjective in front of it that has like no players, that's automatically like super sketchy. But here's what happened, told from his perspective when he joined the game.
I joined the game like a normal player and I want to test the game, right? You know guys, when you join a game, you have a UI. Basically, this is an example right here. This is a game I play. You know this UI right here, it says play. When you click it, the game starts, right? Well, I joined that game and when I clicked play, it was eating Robux out of my account. Yeah, you click play and it takes Robux from your account.
Impossible. No, that can't happen. That's never happened before. You're pulling my leg. You're peeing on my back and telling me it's raining. That doesn't happen on my sweet, sweet platform. And you'd be perfectly fine to believe that this was some sort of fake looking video for views and clout, because that's what like everyone would think. I mean, it's only got like 6k views, so I got scammed out of 200k Robux, like a clickbaity sort of title, only 400 likes. But then he shows proof and evidence in his My Transactions, and you could be like, oh, he inspect elemented it. Well, he also showed proof outside of the video as well to some other trusted people in the Roblox community, which is absolutely crazy. Like, how does this happen? One would not just donate 100 grand worth of donations. I'm not that nice. I don't care if you lost your favorite adopt me pet yesterday. I'm not donating 100 grand. I don't think I've ever made 100 grand in Robux. Okay, Mr. Smarty Pants. Well, sure, you confirmed he purchased those donations, but what's to say he didn't just like, ooh, accidentally click the buy now? Well, do you think he accidentally clicked the buy now for 100k Robux twice? You think he's a dum-dum? You think the guy in voice chat hypnotized him with his smooth words, probably putting on Michael Jackson's Smooth Criminal, and then somehow managed to magically get him to press the button? No! It was a scam! And so every time he pressed that play button, 100k Robux was being deducted from his account, and it wouldn't take anything less than 100k, which is why he still has 52,000 in his Roblox account, which kind of tells us that this is a targeted attack at rich Robloxians, because little Timmy with only like 1k Robux in his like little measly wallet with moths flying out, he's not going to be going into that game and losing any Robux because it only takes chunks of 100k Robux. It's not going to be taking little Timmy's 1k. So this isn't targeting just like the small little noodles of the Roblox community. This is specifically targeting the rich boys. Not me. I'm safe. But don't take your shark-proof suit off in the ocean yet, ladies and gentlemen, because we're not entirely in the clear either, because this was just one out of many, many different versions of this scam, or whatever you'd call it, a hack in Roblox, because this is just one guy. Another person can almost certainly adjust the settings and only take chunks of 1k Robux. So even little Timmy, even he could be losing his wallet to things other than Adopt Me Pets. But how are you then losing your Robux if if this little like purchase tab never comes up, because this purchase tab is like practically separate from the actual game. Like this is something entirely above the Roblox game that usually the Roblox game would have absolutely no influence over. How is this happening? Well, we found out. And when I say we found out, I mean not me at all. I am way too dumb for that. The professional users of the community did, specifically Peasants Mystic, who posted this. Issue type, other, impact, very high. That means you know it's gonna be bad. That's like on par with the Tomato Town massacre. We haven't seen an impact that high in years. And frequency, constantly, so it's been going on a lot. So, what's the normal expected behavior? What's normally meant to happen? Well, the core GUI or the core GUI, which is like the main Roblox interface, which is like what comes up when you press escape, or like the purchase prompt, should never be able to be hidden behind the user GUI, which is like the game stuff, like the whichever GUI the game brings up, like the free Adopt Me pets on the left and all that. And it should never remain functional. So even if it does get overtaken by the in-game one, it shouldn't like be able to do anything. Like you shouldn't be able to purchase anything. But what actually happens, there is a purchase prompt hidden behind the user GUI that attempts to trick the user into purchasing an item. So for example, in this screenshot that they provided, we see security checkpoint. Woo! We have detected unusual behavior from your device. Please solve this simple captcha. And then as any normal sort of person would, I'd do the exact same. If I didn't know this, I'd press continue and then I'd expect some more things to come up. But what's actually hidden behind this little security checkpoint is actually the purchase button for 100,000 Robux. And so when you press continue, it also presses the buy now button, I assume, and then the Robux gets sucked out of your account and straight into the fat money bags of whoever got you into this game somehow. And the scariest part is, it isn't just people rocking up in your Discord DMs or knocking on your front door in your house being like, come join this very sketchy looking game and we'll have some fun, which means I'm gonna take all your Robux. No, this can happen in just any random game that you're playing. Probably not the big ones and the well-respected ones, but like maybe your favorite poop simulator that only gets updated like once every 10 years and has only got like 2 players. It could happen in there even if the owner doesn't want it to. Explained down below by Asynchronous Matrix, I love that name, is a really good explanation we're gonna go through. How did this happen? This script is inserted into your game and infects your game. This script does a few things. It first checks the integrity of the client by sending a remote, but if not, then they'll advertise to you, advertising the bad/infected products. If they cannot advertise to you, then they will attempt to teleport them to one of their own games. So this script can just infect any game that uses free models and abuses them like they're $2 shurikens, just chucking them out non-stop like a ninja, because it just gets inserted and then bam, there's nothing they can do until they actually go through the removal process, which is actually quite difficult. You got to go through all these stuff, all these technical things, which generally your classic 8-year-old just put it in like Baldi's Basics fat-free model. They're not really gonna know what to do, and then they'll invite all their rich friends over to play their brand new game, and wham bam boom, all the rich kids are now the poor kids because they just lost all their 100k Robux stacks. Boo, and there goes the best friend, and he's probably also gonna get smacked because he ruined their lives. This 0 day, and 0 day is practically like an exploit that's literally just been discovered and hasn't been patched yet, exploited the rendering engine built into the Roblox client. This is done by spamming or using a large amount of text to overload the interface. Various UIs then start to be disabled and eventually become invisible. So that's how it happened. The reason the hackers can show their graphical user interface is because of the z-index behavior property. Ah yes, I know that one very well. I invited it to my daughter's wedding. They're displayed on an entirely different system, meaning one system can die while the other is displaying fine. Roblox's GUI is still on the first z-index, meaning that the rendering ability for that z-index is broken, but not for the other z-index. This 0 day essentially made the core GUI invisible, allowing an exploiter to create their own interface over the top of a marketplace GUI, meaning that they could trick the client or player into clicking that same marketplace purchase button as they're in the same position. And this exploit has infected a lot of games, leading me to think it was a previous server-side or exploit which had already infected games. They hook onto unmuted, the default chat event, and teleport the player to a new game, and then forces them to essentially verify their client purchasing the asset. And Tom Yo Gaming says it right when he says, "That's worse virus! There could trick tons of people. You're dang right, Tomyo Gaming. You're dang right. So what can we learn from a virus? I'm gonna do a little Bill Nye to you guys. What can we do to protect ourselves from the dangers of bad supervillains in Roblox, those naughty exploiters? Well, I would probably recommend never joining a strange game made by a strange stranger that you don't trust or know. Like, it's pretty much the same as real life. If a random stranger comes up to you and he's like, hey kid, you wanna come visit my place? I've got epic mini games for you. You don't just go like, yeah, sorry, I'll find girl, bye mom. No, you go and you call the police. In this case, you'd probably go and call Builderman or something. But don't just go to random places on Roblox with a guy that you don't trust, because that's just a recipe for disaster if they find a new exploit in the game, and then you're gonna lose your Robux, or even worse, you're gonna lose your Epic Gamer license because you're gonna be kicked from the computer when you spend all of mummy's credit card. Another thing you can probably do to stay safe is to look out for warning signs that like a game is trying to trick you or something. Stuff like this, with a security checkpoint inside the Roblox client. I've never seen that before, and if I saw like a security checkpoint for unusual behavior, I'd immediately nope out of there, baby, because that is super sketchy, especially when they ask for a username and password. If they ask for your Roblox username and password, that is like 100% bad, and report that game immediately. Well, everybody, what do you think about this? Are you terrified now? Are you practically like too scared to even log into your favorite game nowadays with the ability for scammers to just bam, 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 wachow you out of like 100k Robux just by clicking play game inside a game? Or are you gonna be like, no, I got no Robux to lose, get me in there, and you're gonna waltz in like an absolute Chad? Let me know down below. And remember, this is mainly for like those dirty, yucky like games with only like 10 players, the really sketchy ones like right into Jake Paul's shirt or something. So you generally got nothing, not much to worry about. I shouldn't say nothing, but I doubt you're gonna be finding scams like this in the real life. Adopt me, as long as you're not clicking on random advertisements. I'll catch you in tomorrow's video. Goodbye.